Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to drop you a quick note before you dive into the video. For the majority of the video, I'm about this close to the camera. Ergo, I have no chin. It dips in and out, but it's rather irritating. I don't want to go back and record it because I think there's some golden nuggets of truth in there, and I think they're very important. However, if Chinless Maeve is going to be an issue, the audio for this video will be over on the Toilet Telly podcast if you want to head over there. If you go to the website link below, there is a page titled podcast on the Profit from Trauma website, and you will find all the relevant information there. Thank you so much, and getting back into the content. Hi. Welcome back. 2 videos in 1 week. I know. Who am I? Special, that too. Can we just center ourselves for a moment, please? Yes, we are going to talk about sexual assault, and I am going to smile. I'm also going to talk about some sexual abuse experiences, including rape, including forced sexual misconduct. And if any of those things are going to trigger you, please don't watch this video, because the way that I approach these topics is I'm making light of them. It's a coping mechanism that I developed over a many number of years, and it works for me. And also, I'm in a really good place, and I've managed to move past the detrimental, traumatic effects that sexual assault has on a woman. But that doesn't mean that you have. And if you feel vulnerable whilst you're watching this, it's not the video for you. If you're in a pretty good place and you know your power and you know your strength and you've got a different view of sexual assault, then yeah, you might enjoy this video, but protect yourself first. In the description box below, I'm also going to put some helpful links to services in the USA, to services in the UK, anonymous services where you can reach out and you can get some help and support. So please, if you need some, go and get some. Girl, you deserve some. Okay, super serious bit out of the way. Let's get into this. How many? These are the top 6 things that I learned about myself and that I learned about life during the many experiences of sexual assault that I have experienced. Now, I just also want to say that I was a sex worker for at least 2 years. A few of these things happened during that time. It may seem extremely unrealistic that somebody of my age, 21, has gone through so much, but remember that I've subjected myself to very, very strange scenarios that a lot of women don't subject themselves to. No regrets. Number 1, no situation is more powerful than me. Although forced sexual conduct is horrendous and extremely unpleasant and kind of super uncomfortable, I refuse to let it consume my life. I never think, oh God, I hope that never happens again. So what if it does? I'm more powerful than that. I'm sat here right now, and that's happened many times to me in the past. I don't obsess about it. I don't not date, and I don't not go out, and I don't not put makeup on, and I don't not wear dresses, and I don't not go out commando, though not recommended in the UK, in fear that it might happen again. I don't live my life hoping that situations don't happen to me, because I know if they do, I can handle that. I've handled it before, and I can handle it again. I can still trust other people. I can still love people. I still see the beauty in other humans. I don't hate men. And I've been abused by women too. I don't hate women. You can't go around hating people just because of the poor actions of 1 or 2 people. It just... yeah. So I learned that I'm super powerful and that I can overcome anything. Number 2, men and women are able to interfere with my physical meat suit, but they'll never touch me here. Here's where the magic happens. You're a bit crazy, but she's also magical. You can interfere with my body, but you can never interfere with the big I am. What is the big I am? So there's the little I am, which is your conscious self, the person that everybody else sees, the physical manifestation of you. But your big I am is your spirit, your soul, your passions, your divinity, your sovereignty. That is the big I am. And you can touch the little I am, but you'll never touch her. She is divine. She is a goddess. She knows who she is, what she wants, and what she deserves. And you can touch her physical form, but you can never touch her. You can imprison my body and my freedom for a short period of time, but you'll never imprison my soul. You'll never imprison my spirit, my drive, my passions. I will never be a prisoner to your actions and your depraved way of thinking. Never. So number 2, you can touch me, but you can't touch me. Number 3, I have compassion for all humans. Any person who's able to take it upon themselves to physically harm another human being willingly is in need of some serious help. I have compassion for these people. I feel sympathy for them. They are hurt. Hurt people hurt people. That saying exists for a reason, because there is some damn golden nuggets of truth in there when you actually think about it. The kind of mindsets that rapists and abusers have is on another level. And a lot of the time we sit back and we question, why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to my beautiful friend? Why did this happen to my mother? Why did this happen to my brother? Why does this happen? Why did that person choose me? And the fact that you're asking that kind of question shows the person that you are. You are empathetic. You are logical. You are concerned. You are inquisitive. You are intelligent. You would think before you acted. And you act intentionally. And the person that you are referring to also acted intentionally, but with a different kind of intent. Not a kind of intent that you would want to understand. I'm telling you the God's honest truth, you don't want to know why they did what they did. You don't want to be let in on what's going on in their brains. And even if you did understand what's going on inside a pedophile's head or a rapist's head, and you truly saw the God's honest truth of it all, you wouldn't understand. Because your brain doesn't function on depraved thinking 24/7. You wouldn't be able to comprehend it. You would look at it and go, yeah, but why? Understanding why something happened isn't going to take it away, isn't going to make it unhappen. It still happened. If some angel came down from the sky, a knower of all things, and you said, angel, tell me, why did this happen to me? And they reply, well, because it did. What would you do with that information? You would have to move forward. So 3, I have compassion and I have sympathy for people. I understand that not everyone thinks like me, and the way a person acts is reflective of their past and where they've been in life and where they are at that moment in life. Number 4, pushing it down, suppressing it, ignoring it like it didn't happen is going to have repercussions. Your ego starts to believe that you are fundamentally flawed in some way, that you are unlovable, and you feel the shame and you feel the guilt of someone else's misplaced hatred for themselves and their own life that they just happen to take out on you. And the guilt that enshrouds sexual abuse is not going to help you. Just leaving it alone for years on end, for weeks on end, for days on end is going to have repercussions. In my experience, I thought I was doing okay, but at 12, I was diagnosed with anorexia. I was in the hands of yet another paedophile at 15. By 16, I was so depressed and violent that my own mother turned me out onto the street because she could not coexist with me anymore. I was homeless for 2.5 years. In that time, I allowed myself to be abused by another man again. The paramedic that sat with me all night whilst I had this finger stitched up had sex with me as payment for his time. Sex that I wasn't part of. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I just got back from the hospital. You think I wanted to have sex with him? Fuck no. And his cock was like a Coke can. It was dry as shit and it hurt so much. But I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know if I was supposed to pay him with my body or not. I knew that people took that away from me whenever they wanted it. In the off chance that somebody actually did something for me and then they wanted my body and I didn't want to give it to them, I just kind of thought that they were entitled to it. Ugh. By 19, I developed an addiction and a dependency on weed and another 2 eating disorders. I was binge eating and I was extremely bulimic. I entered the sex industry at 20. I started being a sugar baby. I went off to random countries with men way into their 50s because clearly I was looking for a father. And I left being a sugar baby. I went into serious high-class escorting. I found porn. I found cocaine and I found alcohol. Started to make some serious money. I allowed people to pay me to hit me, punch me, beat me with belts, seriously lacerate my body. And I knew it wasn't right. But by this point, I no longer cared. I didn't know what it felt like to have my body and my time respected by other people. But shame, guilt, pain, anger, anxiety, this was my second language. That all came very naturally to me. So letting somebody beat me for 30 quid just was, I didn't even question it anymore. The money was more important. What I could do with the money, with my time, after the beatings was more important to me than somebody actually raising their hand to me and fucking flooring me. Didn't respect my body and I used it as a commodity. That's what happened when I suppressed those feelings. I first had that option taken away from me when I was 4 and I only just regained that consciousness at 21. I ended up funneling the money into a dominatrix course where I started abusing men for money. That's where everything turned for me. That's where my life changed. Had somebody spoken to 4-year-old Maeve, had somebody spoken to 6-year-old Maeve? Had somebody spoken to 12-year-old Maeve? 15-year-old Maeve? 16-year-old Maeve? 21-year-old Maeve would not be sat here right now making this video, having had to relearn what it's like to be respected and respect yourself and view your body as it should be viewed, as a temple, not a commodity. You see this? This is my celibacy ring. I am celibate. I will no longer be sharing my physical form with anybody else until I see a level of dedication to my beingness and love that I truly believe. Someone's going to have to prove to me that they are worthy of my time and attention and my body before I give it to anybody else ever again. So number 4 is get help. Surpassing guilt and shame is possible, but the years of angst can be prevented by just getting some help. I got help at 21. I could have got help at 4. If you know someone or if you need help, get some. Help someone else. Do it. Don't let the years of suppressing emotions get on top of someone, because it does happen. It starts to come out in different ways of your life and you don't realize it's happening until you look at your life and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? I know why you're doing it. You were sexually assaulted and you never told anybody. Get some help, honey. Get help, honey. Just do it. Number 5, I'm not afraid of anything anymore, whether this is good or bad. It's the truth. I know what it feels like to be punched in the face. Ergo, am I worried about standing up for somebody who's being bullied? Am I worried about standing up for somebody outside of a pub? Am I worried about standing up for someone who needs some help and assistance? No. I know what that feels like. I know what it's going to feel like if somebody decides that they're going to turn on me. I'm not scared. I know what it feels like to be drugged. I know what it feels like to have a cock rammed down my throat multiple times and not be able to move and be completely paralyzed. So I'm not scared of being kidnapped anymore. I know I can deal with that. I know what it feels like to be seriously intimidated and scared for your life. I know what it feels like to be stuck in a warehouse with nowhere to go and no one to call. I know what it feels like to live in the back end of someone's garden and be homeless and have nothing and have no money and no food and no hot water. I know. Any situation that life throws at me right now, I know I can handle it. I really don't think that anything could come at me right now that I couldn't handle. Someone could kill me or I could die, and I probably can't contend with that, but that's the will of nature. Other than Mother Nature, if she decides to take my life away, that's all right? I'm not going to contend with that one. She can have that one, but the rest of it is mine. I have an insatiable passion for life. I'm grateful for everything I see. The birds in the sky, they're my favorite birds in the sky. The ants on the floor, they're my favorite ants on the floor. The air, the fresh air, my sight, my hearing, my hands, my limbs. I love everything about life. Everything. Everything. Because I know how quickly that can be taken away from you. And I know what it feels like to feel like you might never see that ever again. So, number 5, I'm not afraid anymore, and I am so grateful for life. Seriously, seriously grateful. And number 6, I learned the value of the word no.
No.
No, thank you. No, sir. Fuck off. No, I think I'll pass this time.
No, I really don't want one, but thanks anyway.
No, put the condom back on. And my favourite one is the enlightened no. And that's the no, thank you so much for the offer, but I'm so focused on what I'm doing right now that I can't accept your gracious opportunity to do this thing or that thing because I'm focused on me. No is delectable. Roll it around, taste it, and when somebody says something and your gut feeling is, I don't want to do that, say it, just go, no. Oh, no, thank you. When you get used to the word no, your life will change. When you can say no to things that distract you from your dreams and you work on yourself, you can live in opulence, baby. Yes! So those are 6 amazing things that I learned from being sexually abused, and I would never take them back. I would never change my life. And that's the last time you're going to hear me use the word abuse, because I don't see myself as an abuse victim. I see myself as a human who was interfered with. I'm not anyone's victim. No man has conquered me. No depraved, depressed little man who decided to hurt me has ever taken away me from me. I still exist. They have a memory, but they don't have me. So if you've ever learned anything from being interfered with or assaulted and you found the value in it, then leave the word power below in the comment section so I can support you in your journey too. If you like this video today, please hit subscribe and the bell notification so you get notified when my next videos are available. All my social media links will be in the description bar below, as well as the Toilet Telly podcast link, which is up on my blog and my website. I hope you're going into 2020 feeling abundant and gorgeous, because you are, and never forget your worth. Peace and love, and I'll see you next time. Bye!